So I've got a grandfather. I had a grandfather called Zvonimir. I thought that was exotic, but to have one called Charging Thunder. Charging Thunder for a granddad, magnificent.
I know, and it's the irony that somebody who was a chief of the Lakota Sioux Nation should end up buried in a graveyard in Manchester. You know, he might as well have come from Venus. You know, the world that he had known and had grown up in was so alien, so foreign, and he came to a mill town and lived out the rest of his life, raised a family and died there.
Joe, is the legend of Buffalo Bill, is that implanted in every American child's mind?
Yeah, he's one of the main folklore people that we have. He was larger than life, he really was. He was really, really famous for his time, and he was a good guy.
Here we see him communicating here. Fantastic sign language is developed here with his... the man to his right there. Marvellous.
Isn't it wonderful though as well, though, Neil, that they have all of this old footage? Like, it was the early days of cinema, wasn't it?
I know, but you have filmmakers like Mitchell and Kenyon who were in the north of England, who were filming events of that kind, because it was in its infancy, and if you had something as spectacular as Buffalo Bill, then the cameras were out the same way as they would be today. Yeah.
But the cultural shock, in 1904, the season started for Buffalo Bill in Stoke-on-Trent. I mean, what must they have made of Stoke-on-Trent? And what did the people of Stoke-on-Trent make of them? They must have been like men coming from the moon.
Well, that's it.
Clint, let's ask you, did you know they went on tour across the Atlantic?
I had no idea, you know, but again, you know, it's a precursor of the Eagles, right? Cowboys coming to England.
Yeah.
It's when you picture what it was like.
The trail.
The Indians who came, you know, first of all, they had to be loaded onto ships on the other side of the Atlantic with bison, with the horses and all the rest of it. All the paraphernalia was brought. And to leave their world behind and come to places like Manchester, Stoke-on-Trent, London.
But the Queen Victoria rode in the Deadwood stage, didn't she? Such the fascination.
She was so taken with the Deadwood stage, you know, as in Calamity Jane, you know, the Deadwood stage is coming on over the plain. She was so taken with seeing it enacted with the Indians attacking it, that she asked if she and other crowned heads of Europe could take the place of the whites in the Deadwood stage, and they were duly attacked by the Indians for at least one performance.
Fantastic, Neil. Just going back to the Eagles, Joe, you joined in 1976, and the first album you worked on was Hotel California. Some album, I have to tell you. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Hotel California here.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. They're living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise, what a nice surprise. Bring your alibi.
Neil, your hair's long enough to have been in the Eagles in those days, I must, I must say. Incredible song, though, wasn't it? We've had a number of emails from our
We have
viewers.
inundated, in fact, actually. But here's one from Claire Morris from Sussex, one of many, as I say, who wants to know how the lyrics came about.
Do you remember? Do you remember any of it? Or?
I think everybody wants to know
what's the
that
secret,
song
isn't
is
it?
about, and we don't know. We
It was
don't
just
know.
magic at work.
Well,
then,
you know, Don and I, we really like Steely Dan, the band Steely Dan, and they had some pretty brave and different lyrics, and we'd never really done anything kind of outside the box, really. And then we just sort of got brave with Hotel California and said, you know, hey, it's just a movie. It doesn't have to make sense. The guy's in a car. The guy has a cigarette. He drives up. There's a place with lights. He walks in. The strange guy opens the door.
It's poetry.
It's like The Shining. You know, and so you just sort of let everybody else's imagination go to work.
Well,
and
Look at these words. They trip off the tongue. Do them in a Belfast accent. Go on.
Do them in a Belfast accent? Oh, gosh, you'll not understand me. Okay. Okay, first up then. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair.
Oh, stop it. And the next one?
Warm smell of colitis rising up through the air.
You don't get colitis in Northern
Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah, I know. Could you understand that in the Northern Irish accent? That's
colitis
good.
would be.
Colitis.
Is something you go to the hospital for.
That's probably an illness somewhere, but anyway.
But your idea worked because people have speculated and asked about the lyrics ever since. Whereas if it had been something that just made straightforward sense, it wouldn't have been remembered the way it has because it had a mythical quality about it.
Look, another kind of writing now, letter writing. Giles Brandreth, a former member of Parliament in this country, feels very strongly about that. He's been mourning the decline of the fine art of letter writing.